Our next guest is on to tell us about a new recruiting program that hopes to increase diversity within the National Football League. And I love this story, and I'm so glad to be able to introduce James Hasty, former NFL player, and Dr. Stephen Curtin, a professor in the Department of Sociology at the University of North Carolina. Welcome, gentlemen, to AM Buffalo to talk about Eneje. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Can you tell us about this company? I mean, I love the idea. Any idea that has to do with increasing diversity in any business is a good idea. Can you talk about Eneje?
Yes, it was created during the pandemic. And essentially, we heard Roger Goodell make an impassioned speech about the need for guys like myself who are former players to help in any way possible. And so I took it upon myself to sit down and use those experiences that I had as a player and as a coach in high school and take some of those variables that I think to be very important and put it into this algorithm. And we had a professor of mathematics assist us in developing this algorithm. And from that, we were able to create a database of over 1,600 coaches. Our goal is ultimately to create a fair process, to collaborate with administrators and owners, and then to continue to work with those coaches and developing skills like the interviews or improving on their organizational structure or having a playbook that makes sense when it comes to those owners that are looking to evaluate those coaches based on that. So our number one objective is to be able to find those diamonds in the rough, and that's really what this system is all about.
Now, we're speaking specifically to the coaching staff. We're talking about the front office jobs. So can you speak to your own personal experience about possibly the lack of diversity leading up to this point and what you're hoping to change?
Well, I think what we're hoping to change is we're looking at the system and we're saying, how can we improve and how can we work with these owners that own these organizations that they spent over $1 billion? Well, the goal was to do the research, and working with Dr. Curtin, he was able to put together a qualitative tool that essentially goes to those owners and says, please tell us what criteria you deem to be important and allow us to take those criteria and go and identify candidates. We know that the owners are worth over $1 billion. Our goal is to assist and help them improve their organization in terms of being a champion.
And Eneje is an African-American owned business, so congratulations. This is awesome. And to be able to speak to your company, how is it different than possibly other recruiting firms out there?
Well, it's different in that we have the database, which has over 1,600 coaches. No other firm has that size of a database. No one has that database, should I say. In addition to that, the collaboration that we have when it comes to the owners is also something that separates us from the other folks out there. And then the final piece is continue to work with those coaches once they've been hired or once they've been let go. It's integral into what we're all about. And so it's not to badmouth the other organizations, the other search firms out there, but we just have a totally different approach and a mixed method approach, should I say, as well.
And Dr. Curtin, can you speak to that? Can you speak to qualitative versus quantitative?
Absolutely. Quantitative is the hard facts, numerical findings of wins and losses and any other variable we put in there. Qualitative is taking an abstract conversation and making a numerical value out of it. So if an owner says my threshold of convincibility is a winning proposition, we quantify what winning proposition means. And it could be leadership, it could be mentality, it could be teaching pedagogy, it could be inspiring or motivating individuals. The qualitative piece, which is due out the Minority Report October the 5th, explains that collaboration with owners, explains that collaboration with lawyers, explains that collaboration with others as well.
And if folks are interested in finding out more information about your company and also how they can get involved, how they can spread the word, where do they go for this information?
Go to enejeconsult.com. That's ENEJE consult.com. And please, coaches, high school, college, and professional coaches, sign up to get into the database. It's going to change your life.
I absolutely agree. We all need to band together on these topics of diversity and inclusion, and I really do think that this is really a wonderful new tool for a lot of young people to be aware of what they can do and how far they can go. So I really appreciate your time, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being on AM Buffalo.